That you've started a live video. Okay.
All right, so now over here, 1 second. It's a little delay to us over here.
So where's that going?
That's Insta, and
Okay.
everything else is going to be,
Off the camera?
it should be, we're going to be on camera here in a second.
Phones are on silent? Oh, excuse me.
Sir.
There we go. So now it shows me on live over here. So now they can see us over here on 8 streaming patterns over here. And we're going to do this. See this part? You're going to go edit privacy. See that says friends? You want public. So you know for sure that you're going to save that there. And now we are live everywhere. All right? You ready to go? And you're going to share, yeah?
What am I saying for that?
Check me out live on the Team Powerhouse Show podcast. I'm going to get ready to start. Team Powerhouse. No, Team and then Powerhouse is one.
Oh, no.
It's okay. You're good, almost. Team Powerhouse Show. Sorry. We're almost ready. Perfect.
All right.
So you're now live on your page also. Hey everybody, welcome to the Team Powerhouse Show, live with you every Tuesday with a very special guest in the middle here, Eric Vasquez in your far right, David Lamel, and Miss Claudia, and I'm going to say the name correctly, Santangelo, I messed it up
You
anyway,
still messed up.
Santangelo,
Santangelo.
with a beautiful company called Artisan Tile Kitchen, Artisan Tile
Kitchen and Bath.
Mm-hmm. My apologies. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Everybody is very excited to have you on the show. We've been talking about it for a little while, and we're very excited to have you. We met recently.
Yes. We did.
We were both published in the very special magazine that
I
Sam
saw that, yeah.
promoted.
Real Producers.
Real Producers. So
Mhm.
we're really excited to be a part of the Real Producers magazine for the month of May.
Where's the magazine?
It's actually right here. Funny you should mention that. We can actually pull that up. So the Real Producers Month of May edition, where Claudia and I got to meet. I know. I talked to him about that. And I was so excited to meet you, and you were such an impressive person to get to know that I wanted to get you on the show. And I'm very happy to be here today. So thank you so
So
much.
you met how?
Than's you so much.
We actually had they had a kickoff party, yeah,
Okay.
that they had at the office, which was really nice. That Sam
Here?
did. Yeah.
Oh, I think I was here that day. But I didn't stick around for the party.
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes. So everybody, Claudia here, and we're getting to know her very well. So Claudia, let's tell us a little about yourself. Where are you from?
So
Where do you live? Like, what's your story? Like, you live in
so
New
I
York
grew
and
up in Clinton.
awesome on the shoreline. Me too.
Yes, I went to Morgan High School,
Awesome.
class of 2004. And then I actually went to Middlesex Community College for 2 years.
Excellent.
And then I transferred to Eastern State.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And what was your major there?
I studied economics and I minored in business.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great degrees, by the way. But how did it get us into where we are today?
So right out of college, I actually was working at Nautica, Clinton Crossings.
Very cool.
And
It's a place to start to work, right?
Yeah. So then through my pastor at the time, he knew somebody who needed admin work at their showroom. It was a tile store.
Yeah.
And so I took the job, and it was amazing. It was like a whole new world had opened in front of me.
That's
because
amazing.
I had no idea that design and bathrooms and kitchens were even a thing. Like, I had never really stopped to pay attention.
Of course.
And when I started working there, it was like, wow, like how amazing that you can be creative, that you can help people at the same time, and then actually see your work come to life.
Bring other people's dreams to life.
Yes.
And speaking of other people's dreams, let's just talk about, for example, your family life. So your husband is
Matthew Santangelo. Hi, Matt.
And your kids?
And I have 2 little girls, Catalina, hi Katy, and Giselle.
Is anybody else watching me?
My mom, hi. Hola, mami.
So we want to first of all thank you guys all for allowing us to have her here today, because she's a very special woman, as you know, and we want to make sure that the whole world gets to know her on a much more personal level. Absolutely. So you went and got this job at this tile and kitchen place, bathroom place. Was it tile, kitchen, and bathroom there also?
Yeah, at the time it was just tile bathrooms, really.
And from there you begin to develop a drive and a love and a passion for this kind of industry, I'm assuming.
Yes, I did. It became like something that I just was so focused into, and I wanted to know like exactly how things were put together, and that's how it all kind of got started.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, how many years later are we? Like, how many years have you been doing this for? It's been a while.
Yeah, so 14 years.
14 years.
Yes, but I opened Artisan Tile in 2016, and it's been 9 years since.
Wow, you opened your own business.
Since I opened my own business, yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been through some stuff in the industry where from 2016 it was not such a great industry business world, and we're still coming out of that whole foreclosure market. It was still from 2008. It was still you kind of came in when things were starting to peak up a little bit, right? And the timing couldn't be any better than now, as far as where you started and the experience you've had and what you've learned and what you've been doing to get to where you are now today in 2025. That's pretty amazing stuff.
I've learned a lot. Mm-hmm.
As far as tile goes, so let's talk about your location in your showroom. You have a showroom?
Yes, so we have a showroom. It's located in Guilford, 1200 Boston Post Road.
Nice and visual for everybody to see where you are.
Yes, it's a great location.
Here.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of food.
A lot of food.
Yes.
So tell us about your showroom. Do you know how big it is roughly?
So it's a small showroom. It's roughly about 1,200 square feet.
Okay.
And it did start as a tile showroom, but it has slowly evolved. So we offer countertops, cabinetry for kitchens, vanities, but our main thing is tile.
That's important. Now, tile work I call it an art, personally.
It is.
Because, and Eric probably has more knowledge. I know he does knowledge in tile from growing up.
I installed tile.
Yeah. He grew up in that with dad, probably kind of, training him, teaching him. And it's a lot of physical labor in tile.
It is. It's hard on your knees.
Hard on your knees. And depending if you're on the floor, if you're doing backsplashes, you're doing bathrooms, and design work on tile can make things look much more luxurious with a simple tile, right?
Yes, definitely.
And have you learned different types of patterns, or do you have different kind of patterns do you show people or suggest to people based on?
Yes. So since I started, it has evolved. I mean, we started, people love mosaics, and when we started with the little mosaics, then we went away from the mosaic into like 12 by 24 tile on the floor and just large format. And, we had just taken those hexagons out, those pinks and yellows and
the pinks, the blues, the greens, and the Pepto-Bismol pink and all kind of stuff from the 70s and 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with
those.
Well, they're back.
Are they really?
Yeah.
They always come
No
back.
way.
Yeah, it always
They
comes
always
back.
come back.
No
I
kidding.
feel like we just took it out just like brass.
These were bell bottoms today.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I wish bell bottoms would come back and men with lifts in the shoes. I would love to see
No, I
men with
disagree.
boots and heels.
There's only one thing that I want to come back.
Which one do you want to come
Fanny
back?
pack.
What is it?
The fanny pack.
That
Fanny
is
pack
back.
is back.
No.
It's
Absolutely, it's
Well,
back.
people may be
Yeah.
wearing it, but is it okay to wear it?
That might be actually. You know what? I'll agree with him on that one. I'm not
Yeah.
sure that I would wear one.
Who's wearing one?
back. I would. I mean, girls wear them across their body.
Yes. They call and a man wears it as a satchel.
Right.
No, but you know what? You're right, because it's very convenient to have all your stuff in there, the whole fanny pack. But
I mean, some of the older tile. I mean, does anybody ever come in and say, "I want like a retro bathroom"? Nobody, right?
No.
Interesting. So the lighter color, the pastel colors are coming back now, you're saying.
Yes.
But when they come back, are they coming back in a way that is different than they were before? Are they coming in a certain design kind of thing?
Yes. So they are coming back, and I feel like we just went to large format where we're doing like these-
Large tiles. Yes. I
Yes.
love the large tile personally. I'm a big fan of the
Yes.
large tile. But you go ahead, I'm sorry.
because well, it makes things less busy. Like if you're dealing with a Carrera look, like a marble look,
Yeah.
and you go small, it just makes it so busy.
Yes.
Where if you do the large tile format, it looks like it's one slab. So
Yes.
it looks
Mhm.
very, very nice.
I think it also makes the room look larger when you see a larger tile, especially in that kitchen floor. It makes it, or a bathroom that's small and a large tile. Like I have a small master bathroom, but with a large tile, it makes it feel it's bigger. Maybe it's psychological. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
And what about the like shine versus matte type of tiles that make a difference? And what's the hot thing, or is it kind of changing?
So it's a personal preference, but we do sell more of the matte finish tile. People are scared that polish is going to be slippery.
Yep.
And so we tend to do more of the matte.
It's funny because I thought the same thing. It really isn't slippery.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
But because I have it in my bathroom, and I thought, oh my god, did I make a mistake?
Mhm.
Is that how you hurt your hip?
No, thank God that
You know
wasn't-
you had hip replacement surgery.
No, I did not.
Yeah, I had that in October, but we won't get into that right now. But no, it was the actual shiny tile. It's so much. I like the shiny. It's prettier.
It
I like the way
is.
it looks. It's got that gloss. Looks a little more rich looking. But not every bathroom or every floor should have shine, especially kitchen, because you see everything. You want
You
more of a
do.
matte finish in the
Yeah.
kitchen floors, and I've learned that overseeing. Again, depends on, when you're selling a house, it looks so pretty in the presence of it to buy. But when you own it and it's shiny, you have to be really paying attention to cleaning it, especially the lighter colors, right?
Yeah.
So you probably find are the lighter colors or darker colors or flooring, what's more popular with tile?
So with tile, like if you're dealing with like a primary bathroom where you're not walking in there with your shoes,
Yes.
we're dealing with lighter colors.
Yes.
But when it comes to kitchens, like foyers, mudrooms, sunrooms, then we tend to do something that has more of a pattern to it, or it's variation. It's darker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I just got yelled at for being in the bathroom with my shoes on because it's a white floor. Take your shoes off while you're washing the bathroom. And I was like, oh my gosh, sorry.
I'm not walking into any bathroom without shoes on.
Well,
Sorry.
it's just.
But your own bathroom?
Even my own bathroom.
What it was for me is because everything's white in there. And she even has a white carpet, like a, like a bath mat kind of thing. She's like, I just washed that, And I get it. It's just that I like to typically have my shoes on. At my house, this is getting a sidebar. Some people say, you get in my house without taking your shoes off.
Yeah.
Right? In my house, my wife likes to incorporate that, but I tend to like to have my shoes on because I'm just more comfortable, less likely to fall.
Mhm.
And that sounds crazy, but as you get older, you tend to slide a little bit more, and if I fall, I
You
break.
need the grippy socks.
Yeah, I need socks. I need the hospital socks. They should have hospital socks that get delivered to your house once you hit the age of
Is
50.
your wife watching this?
She's
You get them
probably
from Amazon,
watching.
dude.
Yeah, I know you're right. She'd get them.
Easy.
Yeah.
The indoor socks and the outdoor socks, right? I
Yeah.
should probably think about doing that. She's probably watching it. Hi, Val. Hey, Danny. Hey, Drew. We'll see you soon.
So I wanted to ask you earlier. So is Matt involved in the business, or is he separate? From
He's
Good
not.
question.
He's not involved in business.
Okay, so he does his
Yeah.
own thing.
He does his own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's healthier that way.
It is. He helps me, like, if I have tile, I have to move outside or make a delivery, then,
Okay.
I hired him for that.
That's awesome.
Um,
It's when it comes to like our spouses working with us,
Yeah.
There's a part where you really want them because you can feel comfortable and talk to them and depend on them. But the other part of it gets to be like, who is the person in charge, and does the other person really want to hear from that person about what they need to do? My wife is a hairdresser when I met her, and I sit down in the chair getting a haircut from her. I was just talking about this earlier today. I would tell her what I wanted, and she would yell at me because I would tell her what I wanted. She's like, "Shut up! I'm going to do it. Don't tell me how to do my job."
Yeah.
So I can totally understand that. It's healthy for spouses to have separate jobs, but it's nice that he helps you out.
Yeah.
So Matt, thank you so much for being a rock star, buddy.
Thank you.
So let's go back into you.
Talk about the showroom.
Let's talk about your showroom. So what does your showroom have to offer? Let's talk more about your showroom.
Yes. So the showroom, there's a team of people that help me in the showroom. So Maria and Marianne and Michelle.
Hopefully they're watching. If not,
Hopefully they are watching. So, so when you walk into the showroom, you get helped by them. So
awesome.
they will question you, like, what are you working on? What are you doing? And you really get a design consultation for free.
That's so nice.
Yes.
Because people may come in having no idea what they want or thinking they know what they want, and then they kind of end up going a different route after talking to your girls or talking to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm guessing does that happen often?
Yes. So a lot of people, when you're remodeling, that either you unfortunately have to do it or you want to do it. So, they're really there to help you. And we know the materials in the showroom. So we'll tell you, like, marble, do you have well water? How's your water?
Ooh, great questions.
Maybe you should stay away from actual stone. But if you like the marble look, we have this tile that will give you the same look, but, you're not going to be worried about staining it. Stuff like that.
So is it ceramic tile or
porcelain?
Porcelain?
That's a very interesting point, as you just mentioned.
Do they still use ceramic tile or not?
Yeah, so yes, they do. I normally carry it for walls only.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the different kind of water types and how you have hard water, sometimes gets browning and that kind of stuff. So you don't want to have certain types of tile. Number one, like you just thought, I didn't think about that. Certain types of tile in your bath and shower, right? Or even in your sink area, because it can stain it. Never even thought about that. And I bet you a lot of people out there watching never even thought about that as well. And that information is probably one of the first few questions you ask people when they kind of come in.
Yeah.
And then they probably go, wow, that's pretty amazing. I didn't know. Now I know why I have that stain on my floor and whatever's going on.
Yeah.
And then you kind of help them gear them to a type of tile that's going to be not only not have that problem anymore, but maybe opens them up to new types of design work too. How often, when it comes to design work, do you end up coming up with something more creative than they thought you were going to do?
A lot of times.
I would bet.
Yeah.
They see something that you on your wall or in a magazine. How do they do it?
So either they usually will have something they saw like on
Pinterest.
Instagram or Pinterest or their friend's house. They'll come in with a picture and say, "This is my friend's floor. Do you have anything like it?" And then, if you have just one thing that you really love and you have to have, we can build a whole room around it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
The centerpiece.
Yep.
I like that. That's very cool. What services besides the showroom do you offer?
So besides the showroom, I'm the person basically in charge of designed build. And the design build part of the business is where you come in and you want our help designing your bathroom, your kitchen, your room. And we take it all the way from design all the way to completion. So that for me is a lot of fun. It's great.
Is this something that when they look at it, they kind of see it on a computer first? Do they see it physically, like a sample, I don't know, on a floor? Like how does someone get to see the design?
Yeah. So the way we do it is, we have the initial consultation. I try to figure out like what colors they like, what they don't like. And then I go back to the showroom and I get a big cup of coffee. I put on some music.
I like it already. Setting the mood.
I get the mood going and I'm like, okay, what does Michelle want? And then I try, I make a lot of notes while I'm at their house and I start to remember the things that they said to me. So then I start going around the showroom and just putting things just together.
Now you just mentioned something about going to their house. So this is now, they've come to your place first, or do they call you to come to their house first? How does that work?
They make an appointment. Yeah. So either people will come in and ask, hey, how does it work? How do we, if we need you guys to do the project, how does it work? And we make the initial consultation.
Yeah.
And then I like to go, they can come to the showroom and the girls can help them try to figure out what they like, what they don't like. And we write it all down. And then I like to go into their space because I like to see their house.
Yes. Yeah. It's hard to visualize. I can't imagine you to visualize what someone's bathroom looks like or what their kitchen looks like. I mean, you've got to be there.
Yes.
In person. And you might, while you're there, based on the certain types of either styles or colors or lighting in a room, does that ever help you change or come up with a different idea?
I mean, you could have a 30 square foot bathroom, or you can have a 300 square foot bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
The complexity, you could have they may want a shower door, a swinging shower door.
Right.
You can't make that work based on the layout of the room. So yeah, no, visiting the house is of huge importance.
I would agree with you 100%. And I would agree that, and I would think also that the lighting in the place, you ever walk into someone's home and it's like dark, right? And you're like, okay, this is a dark space. We need to get the electrician and get some lighting in your house. But besides that, I think what kind of tile I'm going to put in here that may incorporate adding more light to the room. I'm thinking to myself in a bathroom or a kitchen, kind of, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So if it's a bathroom that, I have run into it where there's no window and we can't put a window in, that's where, lighting is very important. And then the colors that we use are very important. I also, if we're doing like a light room, I like to use at least one dark thing to contrast and to really make the room, anchor it down. So it's not just all white.
I like that idea. Like a little centerpiece that kind of offsets the. I never thought about that. That's pretty cool.
Black
idea.
toilet.
There you
Black
go.
toilet. Hey,
Just a
Tony
black
Montana, right?
A white bathroom with a black toilet.
I've seen that more and more, actually. It's kind of funny to
Yeah.
say that. A black toilet. All right. So, what does working with you look like? I mean, we're kind of talking about that. I have those
Yeah.
questions kind of prepped up. So, again, I'm going to just kind of too much
Did you
sugar.
stir this?
Eric wanted some coffee. Maybe I should disclose how much sugar he wanted in
You
there.
wanted a lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar.
You
5.
said 6.
4.
5.
I said 4.
He
But
did say
I think they
6.
were all at the bottom.
You said 6 in there.
Oh my goodness.
Sugar
So,
rush. Go ahead.
when it comes to again working with you, so there's a lot of new things going on. So some might even show up to your showroom for the first time to meet you. They may have just driven by, see a showroom, didn't even have any plans. Just we'll talk about or think about. We have nothing to do. It's a Sunday or a Saturday, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then they meet you, and someone in the party gets excited about the idea. Then they invite you to their house because you've got to see the show. You've got to see what you're working with, the space, right? I mean, how often does someone tell you, "Oh, my bathroom's like this," and you get there like, "This is not exactly what you described here," right? And maybe not say it out loud, or you nicely say, "Okay, your space is a little smaller than I thought. We should maybe incorporate going with a different style tile, different shape, maybe a different color pattern." Like you just said, there's no window and no light in the room, or it's bigger than you expected. And then we're looking at small tile, and now you're like, "We should really go to larger tile because of the space we have in here." And from the years of experience, that's one of those things that you need to physically be there. And in real estate, we run into that a lot. Like, how much is my house worth? I'm like, well, I kind of need to see your house. Which, can you give me an idea? I'm like, there's so many things that can come up.
With or without the canary yellow toilet.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's so many factors in giving, like, an idea of value emotionally and financially. And in your situation here, you're creating value because every bit of time and energy you put into it, it's, again, artwork. And that's really what it comes down to is you're an artiste in the tile industry. And it can be simple art sometimes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it has to be perfect. Now, what is
Yes,
perfect? Because
installation is so important. Yeah.
I was going to say, with all the walls and ceilings, nothing's ever plumb, right? So how does that work?
Exactly.
So I gotta,
Yeah. Well, you can pick out the most expensive tile, and if the installation is not correct, it's just not going to look great.
right.
So we install, and I am very particular about the way we install, the way we do things. And when I do projects, I'm on site. When we're doing the pattern layout, I'm there to see like where the tile's going to start, where it needs to be cut. Because we're dealing with spaces that were, they're 20 years old because people are remodeling. If it's new construction, sometimes these things can be modified.
Sure, much easier.
But if the footprint is what it is and it's what we have to deal with, there's leveling, there's, leveling. Basically, that's so important.
Maybe
Yeah.
the floorboard, what is it called, Eric? The
Subfloor.
board, subfloor, right? And
Mhm.
it needs, or in the bathroom, the wall that's in the bathroom is called, the tile, it's called, there's another green board or
The
something.
green board.
Is that what it is? I just guessed.
Oh, okay. The cement board.
So like all these things that may, what if they're in the
Cement board
back?
is different. Cement board.
Oh, you're talking about
yeah.
sheetrock?
I don't know.
He's
Whatever.
talking about the green sheetrock that's supposed to be water.
Oh,
What if,
okay.
what if
Yeah.
you open up something and it's rotten behind it? Now you have a project that's bigger than you planned on, right?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things that can come up based on what your situation is and how you've been treating it, how you've been taking care of it. Like someone says, I want to get rid of this plastic tub in my shower, right?
Yeah.
And they want you to tile the whole thing and make it with a waterfall type thing or whatever what do they call that little stones that all comes
Pebbles.
pebbles, right?
Yes.
So like a pebble like
Mhm.
bottom. How do they do that, by the way? Is that like pieces? How does that work?
It comes mesh mounted.
Okay.
It's like a 12 by 12 sheet, and it comes mesh mounted, and it's kind of like a puzzle. Like you should be able to fit one right next to the other.
So based on the kind of, I mean, what if all the sheet you just cut it, I guess, or something?
Well,
That's how those tiles used to be.
It is really important. Like you have to know how to install those pebbles and any mosaic, because if you're not paying attention and doing the little spacers, and when you're done and you grout it, you could literally see like there's a sheet, and that drives me crazy.
Oh wow.
So even though it's mesh mounted, you still have to your installer has to pay so much attention as to the spacing next to each sheet.
So now you just mentioned installers. So I'm sure you have really good installers.
Yes.
And I'm sure that when you're there, they're probably sweating because they don't want you to yell at them about them not having it done correctly, I would think. And I'm sure that there's sometimes where things go sideways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you're right on top of it. I mean, how does it work? Like,
when they're like installation wise,
well, I mean, like, let's say something's kind of going side, like how does it work? Like when you do
with the mosaic?
Yeah, like how does that work? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when we do the mosaics, they dry lay it first.
Okay.
So before you're cementing anything in, you are looking like if it's usually mosaics go on a shower floor because you have to form a pitch for the wire to go down. That's why they're used. But so what we do is we dry lay it, which means we cut everything and we put it down so we can look at what we're going to cement into place, because once that cement is dry, like repairing that is a nightmare.
Yeah.
So before any of that happens, we put it in, we look at it, and then they go in and they start putting it together, and we use these little red wedges to make sure it's spaced correctly. If something is not spaced correctly, like you're able to take it out afterwards, but we really don't want to run into that. So we try to do everything possible to
Sanded grout.
Sanded grout. So we use, it's funny because now Mapei is going to get, people running over there buying it. We use Mapei FA, which is a product that goes from like a 1/16 of an inch all the way to like, they say, I think, something crazy. I'm not going to say because I don't remember it completely, but it's lightly sanded. So it can go in a small grout joint and it can go in a bigger grout joint. But you don't need to carry now sanded, unsanded, kind of sanded. You can just carry the FA and it's going to carry you through whatever spacing you need.
It's excellent.
Yes.
Makes life a little easier.
But with glass tile, you should only use unsanded grout because it can get scratched. So that's where you need the unsanded.
I like that. I love the glass tile, like a backsplash. I think it's so pretty. Every time I see it, that's kind of the glass backsplash. It just has like this clean look, and you can add different colors of the glass.
Yeah.
Kind of like you mentioned, like a offset it, like kind of sort of. I think it looks so pretty.
Yeah.
So how can someone get in touch with you to remodel their home? That's a very important piece, by the way.
Yeah. So if you like what you're hearing and you want to give us a try,
you should like it.
You
want to like it.
You will like it. You will like it. You can, you can actually put it in the comments.
That's a good idea.
And
Definitely.
I can get in touch with you. So you can put in there, I'd like more information, and I can get in touch with you. My website is artisantilect.com.
Let's spell that, please, if you don't mind.
ArtisanTilect.com. And we have a book appointments page on the website.
Oh, excellent.
So you can go on there and book an appointment. You can see all the types that we have.
Now, I put a phone number on there for you at 203-458-8453. Is that okay?
Yes.
Beautiful. That's your office line?
Yeah.
Now, who would be answering the phone, hypothetically speaking, during the business hours? Would there be somebody specific answering the phone?
So there's Maria, Marianne, and Michelle.
You got some great girls, huh?
Or myself. They're all M's.
I love it.
It's so funny how it worked
three
out
M's.
that way. Yeah.
M&M is in the showroom.
I should do that. That's a joke. Yeah.
The M&M girls. I love it. All right, so it's at Artisan Tile CT, artisantilect.com.
Yeah.
And the phone number we just talked about is on the screen for them. And they can go on the website and book an appointment.
Yes.
And when they book an appointment, is that a book an appointment with you at your showroom or at their house?
It's usually, actually, they get to say which kind of appointment they want. If they want a showroom appointment, they can do that. Or if they want me to come to their home, they can do that too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But they can still come in off the street.
You
can just show up and just walk
You
around.
can just show up and, one of us, if I'm there, you too, one of us will help you. Yeah.
What are your hours, by the way? I didn't just ask it before.
Yes. So we're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Thursdays until 7, and Saturday from 10 to 4.
I'm gonna repeat that back. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Thursdays till 7, and on Saturdays, 10 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so funny how business on Thursdays tend to stay open a little later.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
I never understood why, but I love that they do, because there's always that one night a week you just, you need to have the after hours kind of. And I bet you're busy at those extra hours later,
Yeah.
right?
So clients, they work the same hours we do, so
Yeah.
they need time to come in and.
And if you have two people, spouses, they need to come together, I'm guessing.
Yes, if they're part of the decision making, then they should come together.
Well, nobody's a part of decision making until it's time to really make the decision making, right? Like, oh no,
Yes,
they don't need to come here. I'm the one in charge. And then you're like, okay, we're getting ready. Like, also, the bird flies in, and then other person shows up. You're like, oh, you're the other person
Yeah.
that wasn't so in charge, but also they have a lot to think about and say, I'm sure. And then all things maybe change a little bit. Is that
Yeah.
ever happen?
Yeah.
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 We deal with that also. That's when people want to book an appointment. Is there anybody else involved in making decisions? Oh, no, I don't have to be here. No. Let's make sure we make that appointment when they're there also, so we can get this all handled nice and sweet.
Yeah.
Good. So you've got great hours. How can a client prepare for a remodel?
Oh.
A lot going on in that question.
Yes, a lot to unpack. So when you're remodeling, it can be mentally stressful. It can be exciting. And Rachel, who has been helping me, she's a designer, Timeless Living. And she's been helping me to organize my process. And she had this really awesome timeline that she's actually going to share with me so I can use it.
Good job, Rachel.
Yes. And it's like the emotional roller coaster almost.
Oh, yeah. The emotional, the high when they walk in. Then they kind of go through the process, then become, and then it's like excited the work's getting done. And then how long through the, emotional. I love that. That's what it is. The emotional roller coaster. Try to keep everybody right here, right?
Trying. Yeah. But it can be stressful. So
Rachel with the emotional roller coaster, play it out. I like it.
Yeah.
So again, like you mentioned about getting the house or the home prepared for remodeling, obviously got to clean things out, right? They need to make sure it's ready for you to go in there and do your thing. Yeah. And then do you sometimes need to get like a dumpster, or do you need to get like some kind of
So we always get a dumpster. And we prepare the area. Well, first of all, good point. So get your stuff out of the way. Pets, any pets that you have, it's dangerous. It's remodeling.
We don't need little kids or pets entering a zone that is involved with things that are expensive and a lot of work involved in, right?
Yes.
And also, like, after someone eats something or tastes whatever.
Yeah, definitely. So
You install a porta potty outside?
we have.
I mean, if the house has one bathroom,
right,
and it's being done, and it takes a couple of days.
That's a good idea. I never thought about it. As a kid where I grew up, the bathroom was outside when you couldn't use the bathroom. So that's it.
But it's a really nice porta potty.
It's a really nice porta
It's a
potty.
really nice porta potty.
It's not.
It's
It's not. But I won't use it.
Right. What are new trends that you see today?
Oh, so Salish is the hot new thing.
Salish.
Yes.
I wonder what that is.
I wonder how that's spelled, so I can look it up.
Yeah.
Cellige. And it's all over Instagram. People really love it. It looks great. It looks beautiful. But it's actually like a terracotta glazed over, and it's all uneven, like handmade.
Really?
And it's not completely flat.
It's the opposite of what you think you'd wanted.
Yes.
It's the opposite. It's completely like all off center. It's not exactly perfect.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes,
It's like the new thing.
it's the new
It's
thing.
funny how that trends move around with, and you guys know out there, you know, you see these wild and crazy things like, oh my God, I love that. I want that now. But if someone would just presented this to you like last year, you'd be like, not even interested, right? And I wonder with those kind of things, is it a good idea to go with the trending thing today, or is it better to go with this more traditional type of, you know, things you're doing in your house? And that might be something when you probably ask them,
Yeah.
how long do you plan on staying in this house for? Is this right?
Exactly.
Is this a 3 to 5 year
Yes.
job, or is this a 10 to 20 year job?
Mhm.
Because in 3 to 5 years, that Salige, which is hot now, may not be as hot later on. And then people come into your house and they're going to sell it or buy it, and they go, what's that? Like, you know?
Mhm.
And then all that work and time you put into it. But listen, Salige, I don't know what Salige looks like yet. I might be like the hottest
Just spell
thing.
it again.
CELL.
Z.
Oh, Z?
Oh, you can look up Clay. Clay, another brand.
Wait, ZE or C?
C.
Z as in
I
zebra.
missed it. ZELLIGE. So if you're out there watching and you're typing in Zalige,
Salige tile.
Oh.
That's what it looks like.
all right. So that's
Yeah.
different than I was expecting. I've seen that before. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, look at it back. So when you're in the bathroom, if you haven't looked this up yet, and I'm not sure if people can be able to see this from your phone, but you see this tile over here. I'm gonna get a little closer.
Yeah, okay,
Where
they
it kind
can
of
see that.
now they can see the thing over here. So the tile is kind of one's popping out a little forward, one's a little backward. Is that harder to put in? That it must be, because you got to set it a little farther back, and wow, that's a lot more
Yes.
work, huh?
It's so much work because none of the tiles are the same size,
Huh.
and it's not supposed to be flush. It's not supposed to be flush, and I think
That's gonna be more expensive because the time and
Yes.
effort involved. Unless they made, like you said, squares or like these things together where there was already zaliged out already for you. That would be a great idea by the
Yeah.
invention.
well,
And you said clay. These are clay.
oh no, sorry, that's the brand,
Oh, okay.
but they are clay.
They're
are-
made of clay.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, but they have a coating on them.
They have
Because
so
clay
they're
is porous,
glazed. Yeah, so
As I'm
they're
taking your
glazed
phone
like
They're glazed. Okay.
regular tile.
Oh, this is pretty cool. So they come in
Yeah.
different shapes and styles too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I've seen them in spas before, where you see that kind of, maybe it's a tile that's kind of got a swoop to it on the inside. It's a little bit more funky and cool, but you know, it's a lot of work to put them in because
It's a lot of work.
you're talking about individual pieces here.
Individual pieces, you gotta use a laser, and to actually keep the lines straight, you gotta like individually cut them sometimes. And
So this is a long-term project. If you're looking to do the Zalige type of job, you're gonna be investing a little more in your home, but it might look amazing. You might love it forever, but know that you're probably gonna be there a little longer.
yeah, definitely. But they do make ceramic tile that looks like Salige.
Oh, really?
Yes, and you get the same look for less and a easier installation.
Can you quickly pull that up while
Yeah.
you do that? Because I want to show everybody. So a Zalige tile, you can buy that in a ceramic that looks like what you think that it is, and it is, but it's not exactly what people thought it was. Can I just do the who's on first
Isn't
and what's
that
on
awesome?
second?
That's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Not my
That's
type
not
of
awesome?
flavor, but
Come on, dude.
Listen, if I'm going to be away on vacation in some island and I
kidding.
saw that, that'd be kind of cool. But
Not your house.
yeah, not in my.
No, Dick.
Again, in a Greek spa of some sort, maybe, or something. But anyway, the point is that
There
they're
it is.
okay.
Green.
So, of course, of all
And
the colors,
also
green.
colors are coming back. So, green is finally back. Like they have been
Okay.
saying it for so long, and now it's actually a thing.
Oh, it's like an emerald.
I will say this. I've learned, depending on where people are from in their countries and their backgrounds, there are certain colors that are such automatic, whether it's the greens, the blues, the yellows, et cetera, definitely make a difference. And it adds a little bit of culture who you're from. And again, you have to be careful when it comes to.
Well, and that's the thing, because with real estate, it's like how long, and that's one of the questions I ask, like you said, like, what are your plans for this house? Like,
Yes.
do
Are you doing this to sell the house? Are you doing this? I'm sorry, interrupt you.
yeah.
Right? Are you doing it because you want it for you and you're going to be here a long time? You just bought a house. I'm going to be here 10 plus years. My kid's going to grow. Because that's different,
It is.
because in 10 years' time, you're going to probably do it again anyway.
Yep.
Is there a warranty on tile that it lasts X amount of time? And I asked that question for my own house and the bathroom we have. Like, I don't know if I went with the best tile per se.
Yeah.
But I noticed that like grout tends to sometimes get wonky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With stains and it falls
yeah,
out.
it gets a
But if
little.
they didn't use the right grout, then it's going to fall out earlier than it's intended.
Yes.
So is that something where you've been to a house and it could be not as major a job that you can just re-grout? Or,
Yeah. It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little machine you can use to take out the grout. And
Really?
then you can re-grout.
And what about?
Yeah, it's called screwdriver.
That's cute. I like that.
What we used back in the 80s. So
Oh my goodness. All right. Now I know you work all over the state, right? And depending on the kind of projects, your reputation has become very, very strong now throughout Connecticut. So if you're out there and you're watching, and depending if you're in Fairfield County, Hartford County, the shoreline, whatever it is, and you want to get an idea of a job and some great work to get done, this is definitely the girl you want to talk to. Her and her team are amazing, and I think you'll have an amazing experience. And make sure to share this show with others on your Facebook page. Tag people, and definitely tag here, Claudia. If you have any questions, friend her on Facebook or page. I would definitely make sure that you're involved in her social media. She's heavily on Instagram also. May I say that? It's okay?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram feed? Just
Artisan Tile Guilford.
All right.
Yeah.
So definitely follow her on social media in her Instagram page or Facebook page. Look to see maybe some of the things that she has going on there from the past. Some
Instagram's really great. You can really see our work on Instagram.
awesome stuff. Claudia, you've been awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, the people out there get to know you as a personal level. They get to know about your business. Obviously, you're very experienced. You've been doing this for quite some time now. You've got a great crew behind you, and you've got a great husband, Matt, over there, who's also helping us out. And your beautiful kids are all watching, Mom.
Yes.
I'm sure they're very proud to watch. I'm sure they're waving hello, Mom, over here. Thank you so much for being a part of our show. We want to thank you, Eric and I, for being a part of this show today. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much, everybody.
Spinning wheel, no?
No spinning wheel today.
No spinning wheel.
Next time.
No tumbler for you.
Have a wonderful night. Please like it, subscribe to it. And we have a YouTube page. You can also watch it again. Share this with your friends and family. Again, let people know all about Claudia and what she's doing.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Let me just end this here first.
I will try to shut down Instagram if I
Thank you.
figure that out.
It's going to be the